In this video, we're going to talk about why your kids want to play Roblox. Is Roblox really free? What are Robux, for that matter? And is Roblox safe for your kids? What are some threats to your children? As well as parenting tips and tricks for your kids who play Roblox. And our conclusions on Roblox and what we think about it for your kids. This is the ultimate parent's guide to Roblox for all ages. What is Roblox and why do your children want to play it? Roblox is a game that is basically a bunch of mini games built upon a platform. The platform is very reminiscent of like Minecraft or Lego. It's got that kind of 3D feel, but old school looking. It is multiplayer as well as single player, so your children can play with their friends, which is probably one of the big draws. Now, its age range is one of those ones where it can range from the younger children just jumping in and playing with their friends, just kind of joining in and playing some games and having fun, to teens who develop and make games, as well as adults. There's actually been big money made making games. They can actually sell games, and the development options are, pretty intense. It's a lot like being able to create an entire game inside of Roblox. One of the draws is that the game is free at its base, which is awesome because it is definitely one of those games that's really accessible. So you can just jump right in. It's free, so you don't have to worry about, whether your other friends can afford it. However, that does start to create some issues, and it's not always free. We'll talk about that a little later. If you haven't ever played Roblox yourself, we do recommend downloading it, creating an account, and trying it out. It's great to play along with your kids as well. You'll understand it, and your kids will have a great time playing with you. If not, you definitely want to watch your kids playing it and see how they play. There's some gameplay that is more appropriate than others. The Roblox creators did a great job of making this game not only friendly for almost anyone who wants to jump in, but fairly child-friendly as well. What does Roblox really cost? As we mentioned before, Robux is free, but it's not exactly free. There are a couple different things that happen. So there is a currency in-game called Robux, and there's also premium memberships. Now, depending on what you want to do, you can play free, but you are missing out on some things. As my daughter said, you get all the awesome stuff when you have the premium membership. Now, the premium membership does come in at 3 tiers as the writing of this. So $19.99 for 2,000 Robux, $9.99 for 1,000 Robux, and $4.99 for 450 Robux. You can actually make money on Robux. Part of what drives the massive amount of content is that you can actually make money. There's been several developers, as well as just private individuals, who have actually made a ton of money developing games for Roblox. You could do it yourself. To qualify to make content, you must be at least 13 years of age, and you need to have 100,000 Robux in the bank, and you also have to be a member of the Outrageous Builders Club. This does mean that you're going to have to put in some time before you do get to be a developer that can make money. Now, there is a limit on how much you can sell, but your money does get turned into Robux, and then you can cash it out. At the time of writing, the monthly limit to cash out was $1 million. So is Roblox safe for your kids to play? Right out of the box, it is one of the safer games for kids to play. But as we mentioned before, Robux themselves is what creates a lot of issues, and people themselves create a lot of issues for younger kids and maybe even some of your older kids as well. And so when somebody goes out and they see the fact that they could get free Robux from some website, they might go to that website, and then that's going to create a whole nother set of security issues that are not something the developer ever thought of. And there are also going to be a lot of scams. They might get personal information stolen, and that's one of the big threats. Now, some of the other threats we've seen, cyberbullying, you got a lot of people who are trying to scam in the game. Here's a quick video telling you in 60 seconds or less how to set up Roblox and make it safer for your kids. Online etiquette is something we've mentioned before. It's something that needs to be taught. It's not something they're going to develop overnight, and sometimes your kids might even have better online etiquette than you. But they need to be aware, just like in the park and in real life. If somebody is going to, do something bad, they need to know those same situations where somebody's going to try to scam them or somebody's going to try to manipulate them online. We recommend that you only set up friends and family to play with your kids if they're younger, and until their maturity level is older, you shouldn't probably have them going and just having free reign and adding anyone to their friends list. We also recommend setting up an account for yourself. It's important for you to know what your kids are playing, and that way you can play along with them as well. Roblox Corporation website has a lot of good information as well. That's where they have setup guides, they have a lot of FAQs, and they seem to be pretty open about the information and what they do and don't allow for your children. We do think that if you let them install Roblox without any kind of guidance, without setting up a PIN, without setting any kind of parental controls, it could be a bad idea for younger children, and we would only recommend it to the more mature children. That being said, with just a little bit of time on your hands, watching that 60-second video, setting up the PIN, educating your kids, playing with them for a little bit, you're going to have a lot better experience for both of you, and you're going to have a lot better understanding as to what they're doing in the game and trust that they're a lot safer where they are. Also, we recommend taking a look into some of the things that might happen online that you may not be aware of. Cyberbullying, scammers, people trying to steal money. It's one of those things that you kind of don't think about, but if you go online to the wrong places, it's like going to a really bad third world country and being in one of the worst areas, because there's just as many criminals on the internet as there are in those kinds of places as well. And so we definitely don't recommend letting children out there on the internet without some sort of education and without at least checking in with them and kind of looking to see what they're doing. Even if they don't look like they're doing bad things, they might be going to the wrong places. Subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this.